Hello, welcome to today's session. Starting in mountain pose at the front of the mat. So coming forward, taking the feet and placing them underneath the hips, rooting down through the feet, extending through the crown of the head, broaden across the shoulders, releasing the arms down beside the body. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, close the eyes. Grounding down through the feet, finding the four corners, rooting through the balls, the heels of the feet, extending through the crown of the head. Starting to allow the natural breath to move in and out of the body. Bringing the awareness inside and starting to pay attention to how the physical body feels. Lengthening both the inhalation, the exhalation. Starting to quieten down the mind. Two more breaths here. Final breath in. Exhale, open the eyes. With the inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Bring the hands together overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Fingers or palms coming down to the floor. Bend the knees to get the hands down if you need to. Lift and lengthen to flat back. Exhale, step right foot back, left foot back to plank pose. Drop the knees, lower chin and chest all the way down to the floor. Untop the toes. Inhale, lift into baby cobra, tiny back bend, pressing down through the hips, elbows in, shoulders down the back, neck nice and long. Take a look over the right shoulder with the exhale. Inhale back to center, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the chest, tuck the toes. Inhale, lift it to hands and knees. Take it back to active child's pose. So keep the toes tucked and send the bottom towards the heels of the feet. Bring the forehead down. Taking a full round of breath here. And out. One more breath in. With the exhale, propel yourself up into downward facing dog. Full breath out at the top. Sigh that breath out. And pedal out the legs here. First down dog. Give those legs a little pedal. Bending the one knee, bring it in towards the center, stretching the sides and then the other. Keeping that breath synchronized with the movement. Pressing the heels down, looking through the space between the legs. And then bending the knees, gaze forward. Step right foot forward, left foot forward, lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lead with the chest, rise all the way up to standing. Softness in the knees. Exhale, palms through center. And again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Fingers or palms coming to the floor. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale this time, step left foot back, right foot back to plank. You can drop the knees down here or lower all the way down to the floor. Keep those elbows in, untop the toes. Lift into cobra, so keep it low if it feels better, or lift it somewhere between high cobra, low cobra. Keep those elbows in, slight bend. Look over the right shoulder again. Inhale, center. Look over left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes. Lift it back to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press down through the floor with the hands. Lift into the feet. Pressing the heels down. Keep the knees moving if you need to still here. So keep the down dog moving if you prefer. Or find some stillness. Pressing out through the hands, looking through the space between the legs. Taking another full breath in. And out. Bend the knees, gaze forward. This time step the left foot forward, right foot forward. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lead with the chest. Rise all the way up to standing. Softness in the knees. Exhale, palms through center. Sun salute B. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms up towards the ears. Exhale, fold forward, palms down. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, step it back to plank pose. Lowering down, drop the knees, lower halfway or all the way, and then coming into cobra or up dog with the inhale. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out at the top. Inhale, float the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands, pivot the back foot down. Rise it up in warrior one, reach through the sides of the body. Press down through the outer edge of that back foot. Exhale, release the hands down. Step it back, downward facing dog. With the inhale, flow forward to plank. Exhale, transition of your choice. Lowering through chaturanga or all the way down. Coming into cobra or up dog. And then moving through downward facing dog with the exhale. Take your time with the transitions. Move in with your breath. Inhale, float the left leg behind. Three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down. Bend that front knee, rise up into warrior one. Reach through the sides of the body. Fingers towards ceiling. Exhale, hands down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lowering down. Cobra or up dog with the inhale. Flowing into downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out at the top, sigh out through the mouth. Make sure the head is nice and soft. Keep lifting the sit bones up and back. Pressing the heels down to the floor. Lifting the kneecaps very gently up the legs if they're straight. Next exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step or lightly hop back to the top of the mat. Lengthen to flat back with the inhale. Fold with the exhale. Inhale, rise back up into chair pose, bottom back. Arm sweep outside the ears. Inhale, straighten my legs. Exhale, palms through center. Come into Tadasana at the front of the mat, hands to heart center, take a breath here. Take the feet hip width. Then with the inhale, sweep the arms all the way up into chair pose, sit nice and low. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Two more breaths here, lengthen through the sides of the body. Press into the heels of the feet. Inhale, stand tall, hands to heart center. Take the feet now so they're mat width and turn the toes out very slightly. Knees follow toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale like you're sitting down in a chair. And go as low as you can. Maybe the bottom comes down towards the floor. Keep the arms up. Lift all the way back up. And again, exhale, lower through chair. Just go as low as feels comfortable. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Lift up with the inhale. And again, flow down with the exhale. You might notice the heels of the feet lift off the floor. Flow in again, lift it up with the inhale. Exhale. Lower down. If you can this time, stay low in squat pose, Malasana. Press the hands together. Gaze is forward, open the chest, look over the shoulders. You can be in low chair pose as well. If the knees don't like this one, come into low chair, okay? Keeping that breath strong and steady. One more breath here. Inhale. Release the hands down, lift the bottom, and then walk the feet off the mat. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. Bottom back. Lift the hands up onto the thighs. Root down through the bottom. Lift the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, straighten the left arm, look over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Stand up tall. Turn the toes forward, but keep them nice and wide. Lengthen with the inhale, lift the chest. Hands onto hips. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward. Lowering the chest down towards the floor. Keep a softness in the knees. Push out through the backs of the thighs and the bottom. Extend through the crown of the head. Final couple of breaths. If you can, release the hands down to the floor. Fingertips or hands. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Final breath in. And out. Inhale, lift the fingertips. Soften the knees. Exhale, sweep the arms out. Rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms through center. Heel toe the feet back onto the mat now. Stand with hands at heart center for a breath. Rooting down through the feet. Extending through the crown of the head. Bending my knees, bottom back. Breath is strong and steady. Then we're going to take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Coming for standing pigeon. Push that left knee open. Keep the chest nice and high, like you're sitting in a chair. If you go a little bit lower, you might notice you get more stretch into that left hip. Keep that breath strong and steady. And then with the inhale, slowly, start to lift up. Lift the left foot away from a leg and take it back towards warrior three. So we're extending that left leg behind, dropping the chest forward, finding some version of warrior three. Keep a bend in that standing leg. Keep the breath flowing in and out of the body. Push out through that back heel. Exhale, release the toes on the left foot down to the floor, coming into a high lunge. Breath is strong, lifting the chest. And then just a little maneuver, drop the back knee down towards the floor. Keep the hands at heart center. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Breathing in and out. Re-extend that leg behind and then release the hands down towards the floor inside that right foot. Maybe just take the right foot out to the right side of the mat more and finding lizard lunge. So keep the back knee lifted, push out through that left heel and start to make little circular motions into that right hip, nice and slowly. Keeping that breath flowing. And then dropping the back knee down to the floor. Lift to fingertips, sink down through that right hip. Take the left hand off the floor, off the mat, and then right hand on the inside of that right knee. Little twist here, look over that right shoulder. Keeping that breath super strong. And then releasing the hands down, back onto the mat. Coming into pigeon pose now, so we're going to take that right foot and heel toe it over towards the left wrist. So the right foot is moving to the left side. And then draw the foot back a little bit so you can bring that right knee down behind the right wrist. If you find the foot comes all the way back to the groin, that's absolutely fine. Okay? Use the back foot, use the toes to walk that back foot as far as you can backwards. Make sure the back leg isn't sticking out, bring it in line. And then lift onto the ball of the foot for a moment. Square the hips, chest is forward. Then release the knee down to the floor. Untuck the toes if you want. And then slowly start to move down towards the floor, nice and slowly. Take your time, noticing the stretch, feeling the stretch. Sending the breath into the area where you feel it. Hopefully somewhere around that right hip. Maybe the glutes. Maybe down the legs. So just notice where you feel it. Keeping the hips nice and square. Maybe coming all the way down, bringing the forehead down towards the floor. So just take the option that serves your body the best. We're taking 3 more deep breaths here. Softness into the spine. Noticing the sensations. And then slowly with the inhale, start to make your way out of pigeon pose. Lift up on the hands. Now you can lower the right buttock to the floor. Reach around with the left hand, bend the left knee and draw that left leg around and placing the left foot outside the right knee. Maybe just adjusting the right heel and sitting down through both sit bones, root down. If you find you can't sit down through both sit bones, the best thing to do is uncurl that right leg, because we're coming for a twist now, and have the right leg extended down. So again, just make sure you firmly root down through both sit bones. Holding on to that front knee, lift and lengthen. Exhale, left hand down to the left. Hold on to that right knee, hug it in, left knee to the chest, hug it in. And with the exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. Again, breathe it in and out. Twisting from the base of the belly, roll that left shoulder back. Maybe it's better to look over the opposite shoulder. Just do what feels right for your body. One more breath here. Full exhale. Inhale slowly, coming all the way back to center. Release the hands down, uncross the top leg, safely making your way back to hands and knees, nice and safely. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes, lift it back up into downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Sigh the breath out through the mouth, stretch out the body. Notice if you feel a difference between the sides. Next exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, stepping left foot forward, right foot forward. Make sure feet are hip width, and then with the inhale, soft knees, rise back up into chair, but bring the hands to heart center. Bottom back, chest forward, keeping that breath strong. Transfer the weight into the left side, and we're lifting right ankle onto left knee, and then like we have that imaginary chair behind, sitting down, keeping that right foot flexed. Lengthen through both sides of the body. Breathe it in and out. Final breath here. And then with the inhale, start to lift out of chair, unfurl that right foot and start to extend it behind, lowering down towards warrior three. So dropping the chest down, pushing out through the right leg, press out your version of warrior three. Don't worry if you don't look particularly like the shape I'm making, as long as you come into some sort of balance, even if it means just dropping the back foot to the floor, lifting up. Maybe the chest is more lifted. So just be comfortable and playing your edge in this balance. Next exhale, very slowly, releasing the ball of the right foot to the floor, coming into high lunge, adjusting the feet as you need to. If you feel unbalanced, take the left foot out to the side a little bit more. It will make the foundation wider and be a little easier to balance. Keep that breath nice and strong. And then just dip the back knee down towards the floor, increasing the stretch in that hip flexor on the right side. Breath is strong and steady. Softening, sending the breath where you need to. And then re-straighten that back leg. Exhale, bring the hands down inside the left foot. Walk the left foot out to the outer edge of the mat. Hands down inside the left foot. Keep the knee off the floor if you can and start to roll into that hip. You can drop the back knee down here, okay? Or you can lift it and roll. Notice how this side feels compared to the other side. Look over the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder, release the head. Drop the back knee down, lift onto the fingertips, sink through the hips. Walk the right hand off the mat, Bring the left hand inside the left knee and very gently start to twist and look over that left shoulder. Keeping the breath nice and strong. Lengthening through the sides of the body. And then releasing the hands back down to the floor. Now we're coming for pigeon pose. So we're taking that left foot and we're heel toeing it over to come to the right side of the mat. Then we're dropping that left knee behind the left wrist. And you might find the heel moves back towards the groin on that left foot. That's fine. Now the back leg, we walk it back with the toes as far as we can. Look back, make sure the leg is in and not sticking out. Walk the hands back, lift the chest, release the top of the foot on the floor. Square in the hips. If you find it's really lifted this side, you can place a cushion underneath the buttock to keep the hips square or a blanket. And then very slowly start to lower down. Take your time moving with the breath. Okay? It might be you don't go very far down. That's fine. As long as you feel the stretch, keeping the breath strong and steady. Moving with your own breath at your own pace. It might be that you can lower the chest down to the floor, bring the forehead down. Extend the arms forward if it feels okay for the shoulders. Fine in your body. Staying here for an extra 3 breaths, wherever feels the most appropriate. Sending the breath into the area where you feel the stretch. Keep it really active. Notice what your body is telling you. Notice the difference between the sides. Final breath in. And out. With the inhale, slowly lift it back up, nice and slowly. Now we can rest that left buttock on the floor, reach around with the right hand, bend the right knee, and draw that leg all the way round. So we have right foot outside left knee, and left heel just outside the right buttock. And then we square and sit down nice and tall, nice and evenly through both sit bones. If you find you're lifting up, both sit bones aren't grounded, unfurl the left leg, extend it out. Sit up tall. Hug that top knee into the chest. Keep that breath strong and steady. Exhale, we're going to take right hand behind for support. Hold on, hug that left knee into the chest. And with the exhale, we're twisting, looking over the right shoulder. Lengthening with the inhale. Twist a little bit further with the exhale. It might be you continue to twist to the right, but you give the neck a little rest by looking over the left shoulder. So do what feels right for the neck. It might feel nice to keep it moving as well. But noticing twisting out to the right with every exhale. Final breath in and out. Inhale slowly back to center. And then exhale, let's release that leg, lift it off, and bring the feet together in front, soles of the feet. Hold on to the toes and very gently just lift and lower the knees up and down. Sit really tall. Just releasing out the thighs, releasing out the hips. Look over the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder. And then very slowly bring the hands behind. And then ease your way down. Lift the hips, move forward, lower down onto the elbows. Stay on the elbows and then lift the chest up. Look backwards just to open the chest. Exhale slowly. Release all the way down to the floor. Take the hands behind the head. Interlace, so we have the arms in the same positions as the legs, elbows and knees out. Close the eyes, turn the senses in. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, bring the left knee across to the right knee for a spinal twist. And roll the head so we kind of look over the left shoulder. Keep the eyes closed, keep the senses turned in. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take the top leg, bend the knee, and take the foot outside of that knee, and then press the left knee back, open up a little more. One more breath in. And out slowly. If you've lifted that leg, bring it back. Open the left knee out again. Come back to Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Let's take a little hip lift between the sides. So with the inhale, squeeze the bum, lift the hips off the floor. Hold it here. Keeping the breath flowing in and out of the body. And then exhale, slowly release it down. With the next exhale, bring the right knee over to the left knee. Take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Notice the stretch down the side of the body. You want to change the stretch up a little bit. That top leg, lift it up and bring the foot inside of the bottom knee and actively think about pushing that top knee towards the ceiling. Keeping that breath super strong. Final breath in. And out. If the leg is lifted, bring the knees back together. Open the legs up. And then take the hands overhead. Interlace, turn the palms away. Bring the feet down to the floor. Push out through the heels of the feet. Stretch through the palms of the hands. And then release the hands, release the feet. Come into corpse pose. Final resting position. Rotate wrists, rotate hands. Bring the back of the hands to the floor. Move the head from side to side. And then rest it on the back of the head. Taking the time to unwind now, absorb the practice. Breath has now returned to normal breathing. Softening through the whole back of the body. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the rib cage in the chest. Allowing yourself to stay present and notice the sensations that may arise within the body. Noticing the parts of the body that connect with the floor. And allowing these body parts to become heavier as they soften and release. Taking 5 final breaths here. Slowly starting to wiggle fingers and toes, livening the body back up. Draw the knees into the chest, make yourself as small as possible, maybe even lifting forehead towards the knees. And then slowly make your way over onto whichever side feels more appropriate, and then bringing yourself back to a comfortable seat for the close of practice. Any comfortable seated position, bringing the hands onto the knees, lifting through the chest, rooting down through the sit bones, bringing the hands to heart center, taking a deep breath in, full exhale, bowing the forehead to fingers. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. Namaste.